Hi, everyone. Recently, King Charles captured the attention of the entire United Kingdom when he was urgently admitted to the hospital, an unexpected event that forced him to cancel a series of important pre-scheduled engagements. According to an official statement from Buckingham Palace, this situation stemmed from complications in the ongoing cancer treatment that he has been quietly enduring for an extended period. Just one day later, he reappeared in public, marking his first outing since this concerning health scare. Currently, the king is stepping away from public duties to rest and recuperate at a peaceful location over the weekend. Behind this decision lies a greater goal, ensuring he is fit enough to undertake a symbolic state visit to Italy, slated to occur in just 2 weeks. This surprising news not only sparked widespread interest, but also served as a stark reminder of a reality often overlooked. King Charles is battling a severe form of cancer, a struggle he has silently borne since the official announcement was made. Lady Colin Campbell, a renowned commentator in royal circles known for her candid and incisive style, offered a shocking perspective on the king's health condition. In a recent conversation she shared, "The king is not in any state of health to take on additional pressure or burdens beyond what he is already carrying. His cancer is incurable, or, to put it more delicately for public consumption, it has not yet been cured, and there is little prospect that it will be cured in the near or distant future. This means he must live with continuous treatment, and one of the key principles when dealing with cancer is to avoid excessive stress." Lady Campbell's remarks not only underscore the gravity of his illness, but also raise significant questions about the king's ability to continue fulfilling his role amid increasingly fragile health. She emphasized that, for someone of Charles' age, now well into his 70s, and afflicted with such a dire disease, each passing day presents a formidable challenge. Meanwhile, Jenny Bond, a seasoned former BBC royal correspondent with years of closely following the royal family, appeared on GB News to express deep sympathy for Prince William, the heir to the throne. She said, "I genuinely feel for William. Anyone would worry when their father falls ill, wouldn't they? But for him, the situation is far more complex." He's described this past year as brutal, not just because of his father's illness, but also due to his wife, Princess Catherine, battling cancer. For most people, concern for a parent's health is already a heavy burden. But for William, the inevitable loss of his father is not just a personal tragedy, it's a fateful turning point. It will completely transform his life, upending everything he's built. It's an entirely different scenario, a weighty responsibility, as he faces ascending the throne sooner than anticipated. I believe he's carrying a great deal of anxiety for his father, for himself, and for the future of his young family. Yet there's a noteworthy detail. William didn't rush to his father's bedside immediately. This could be a positive sign, suggesting the situation may not yet be at a critical stage. The discussion continued with Connor Tomlinson, a young but sharp commentator who brought a multifaceted perspective to the table. He remarked, "Regardless of your political stance on the king, and we'll delve into that shortly, it's undeniable that his reign has been remarkable. Consider this. He has ruled while grappling with a very serious form of cancer, described by Lady Colin Campbell as incurable. He undergoes treatment almost nonstop. What's striking, though, is that thanks to his resilience and generally robust health, we've rarely seen obvious negative effects from his illness. He doesn't want to cancel engagements or step back from his role for even a moment. He aims to fully embrace his duties as king, something many might overlook amid the pomp and pageantry. But what's the reality? A man in his mid to late 70s, suffering from incurable cancer, who showed signs of poor health, like his swollen hands when signing official documents on camera shortly after ascending the throne, clearly doesn't have much time left. I believe he feels a profound personal disappointment about this. He waited decades to take the crown, overshadowed by his mother's record-breaking reign as Queen Elizabeth II. Now, when it's finally his turn, he faces the harsh limits of time and health. Connor went on to express empathy. "I truly feel for his family. Though I don't share much of the king's political worldview, that doesn't stop me from recognizing the pain of those closest to him. His children, despite their well-known feuds like the one between Meghan, Harry, and William and Kate, will undoubtedly be devastated to lose their father. His grandchildren, the young Wales children, will lose their grandfather. I consider myself fortunate to still have both sets of grandparents and my parents in my life. I know firsthand how devastating it would be to lose a loved one. I'd be shattered if one of my grandfathers passed away. So when I think of the three little princes and princess, George, Charlotte, and Louis, facing the loss of their great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, and then, not long after their grandfather, it breaks my heart. It will be a tremendous shock, a pain hard to heal for children too young to fully grasp the weight of such loss. The host, Dan, then shifted focus to Queen Camilla for another angle. He noted, yesterday, Camilla was at ITV, cheerfully chatting with TV stars like Lorraine Kelly and Christine Lampard. This made me wonder, if Charles's condition were truly dire, would she still be in the mood to appear so relaxed? Perhaps she'd have rushed to the hospital instead of talking with Dermot O'Leary. It might be a positive sign indicating things aren't at their worst. That said, we should remember Charles and Camilla are quite independent as a couple. They often operate separately, so her presence at ITV isn't necessarily definitive proof of the king's status. The conversation then turned to politics, a sensitive but unavoidable topic when discussing King Charles' reign. Dan shared, I'm a supporter of the monarchy, someone who believes in its value as an institution. But that doesn't mean I agree with every choice the king makes. I see myself as a critical friend, much like how I view Reform UK. Honestly, Charles has performed better as king than I expected. As Prince of Wales, he frequently meddled in politics, which worried many. Since taking the throne, he's reined that in, and I respect that. However, there's growing concern lately that he's focusing too much on Islam while serving as head of the Church of England, a role tied to Christianity. This unease flared up after a video where he sent Ramadan greetings to the Muslim community. The video was replayed with King Charles saying, Muslims across the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth are celebrating Ramadan, the holiest month in the Islamic calendar. I want to send my heartfelt best wishes to you all. My wife and I are thinking of you during this special time. It should be a joyous occasion, mosques buzzing with life, families gathering to share meals and prayers, inviting friends and neighbors of all faiths to join. We value the Muslim community's contributions to UK life, reflecting Ramadan's spirit of charity. As the Quran says, God does not burden any soul beyond what it can bear. Peace be with you all. Connor responded, that video stirred controversy because many are uneasy about the royal family hosting an iftar at Windsor Castle. The monarchy, alongside the government and BBC, seems to prioritize Muslim sensitivities over Christianity, the faith the king is meant to uphold as head of the Church of England. It's no surprise people are losing faith in the institution. I still believe Britain needs a king, but when Charles passes, I hope William rises to the occasion. Politically, if there's a proposal to use royal orders to repeal old laws, I doubt Charles would agree. He's too aligned with globalist views. When William takes over, will he back major reforms, stay silent like his grandmother, or resist change like his father? That's the big question. Finally, royal expert Angela Levin joined in. She said, I'm worried about the king's health, but I must say he's wonderful to the Jewish community, supporting the chief rabbi and making them feel welcome. I don't mind his closeness to Muslims. I believe he's Christian at heart. On this hospitalization, though they call it minor, I suspect it's more serious. He never likes canceling plans. He's worked tirelessly despite his illness, and I hope Camilla helps him rest. Camilla helps